In a really creepy year, we've reached the creepiest day of the year. Welcome to the Isolation Station on Probation, the Halloween edition. Ken Owen from Avon, Indiana on WGRE 91.5. I promise lots of seasonal fun and some surprises. Start things off today with Alice Cooper.
Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. A nocturnal vacation, unnecessary sedation. You wanna feel at home, 'cause you belong. Welcome to my nightmare.
Welcome to my breakdown. I hope I didn't scare you. That's just the way we are when we come down. We sweat and laugh and scream here, 'cause life is just a dream here. You know inside you feel right at home here. Welcome to my breakdown. Whoa. You're welcome to my nightmare, yeah. Welcome to my nightmare. I think you're gonna like it. I think you're gonna feel you belong. We sweat and laugh and scream here, 'cause life is just a dream. You know inside you feel right at home here. Welcome to my nightmare. Welcome to my breakdown.
men and women every day. 40,000 men and women every day. Every 40,000 coming every day. Come on, baby. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, take my hand. Don't fear the reaper. We'll be able to fly. Don't fear the reaper. Baby, I'm your man. La 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 la. La 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 la. Love up to his one. Here put down their gun. Came the last night of sadness, and it was clear she couldn't go on. The door was open and the wind appeared. The candles blew and then disappeared. The curtains flew and then he appeared. Don't be afraid. Come on, baby. She had no fear. And she ran to him. They looked backward and said goodbye. She had taken his hand. Come on, baby.
Just moved in my new house today. Moving was hard, but I got squared away. Bells started ringing and chains rattled loud. I knew I'd moved in a haunted house. Still I made up in my mind to stay. Nothing was gonna drive me away. When I seen something that give me the creep. Had one big eye and a two big feet. I stood right still and I did the free. He did the stroll right up to me. Made a noise with his feet that sound like a drum. Say you'll be here when the morning comes. Say yes, I'll be here when the morning comes. I'll be right here and I ain't gonna run. I bought this house, now you know I'm boss. Ain't no Hank gonna run me off. In my kitchen, my stove was a blazing hot. The coffee was a boiling in the pot. Melted in my hand. I had a hunk of meat in my hand. From outer space there sat a man. say that's hot, I began to shout. He drank a hot coffee right from the spout. He ate the raw meat right from my hand. Drank a hot grease from the frying pan. He said to me, now you better run. Don't be here when the morning comes. See, yes, I'll be here when the morning comes. I'll be right here and I ain't gonna run.
2020's throwing lots of tricks at us. Time for the treats. Halloween edition of Isolation Station on Probation. It's your pal Ken Owen from his basement in Avon, Indiana. We got things started off today with the title track from Alice Cooper's Welcome to My Nightmare. I was Alice Cooper for Halloween in high school. We had Blue Oyster Cult, Don't Fear the Reaper, and Jumpin' Gene Simmons visited a haunted house, which is always a treat at this time of year. When you ring the doorbell, if there aren't ghosts and goblins inside, there's almost always candy. Time for us to celebrate the sweet treats that will be handed out tomorrow night, as this show will air on October 30th on WGRE. Here is Iggy Pop along with Kate Pearson of the B-52s. Sweet!
It's a rainy afternoon, 1990. In a big city. Jeez, it's been 20 years. Candy. You were so fine. Beautiful, beautiful girl from the north. You burned my heart with a flickering torch. I had a dream that no one else could see. You gave me love for free. Candy, 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 I can't let you go. All my life you're haunting me, I loved you so. Candy, 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 I can't let you go. Life is crazy. Candy, baby.
Yeah, well, it hurt me real bad when you left. Hell, I'm glad you got out, but I miss you. I've had a hole in my heart for so long. I've learned to fake it and just smile along. Down on the street, the smell are all the same. I need love, not gain.
I can't take it no more, no. That's why I gotta sing, shout it, tell the world about it. The truth is sweet, yeah. Sing, shout it, tell the world about it. The truth is sweet. I made a promise to myself not to let nobody else have any sway on the way I live my life. I didn't see the need to compromise, but now I've come to realize that living is more than just surviving. And I've been lying to myself. I gotta cover up what I feel, but now it's time I must admit, this is real. This is real. The truth is sweet, so sweet, just like honey from a bee. The truth is sweet. So many people in the world let it all pass them by, pass them by. They won't admit they need to be rescued from their lonely, lonely, lonely lives. That's why we gotta sing, shout it, tell the world about it. The truth is sweet, yeah. Sing, shout it, tell the world about it. The truth is sweet. When you've been hurt so many times, it's enough to make you blind to anything that looks like true happiness. Nobody wants to be the foolish one, but after all is said and done, you constantly settle for less. It's like a broken carousel. It just goes round and round and round. But now it's time that you admit you've lost ground. Hear that sound? The truth is sweet. Just like a baby's kiss, the truth is sweet. Go on and admit it. You know you want it to be true. Go on and admit it. You say you don't, but you know you do. Go on and admit it. You've been disguising what you feel. You might be living in a fantasy, but then that fantasy could turn out to be real. So real, so real.
Yes, the truth is sweet, and so are those fun-sized candy bars. My gosh, the cavities that I endured because of Halloween as a kid. What's your favorite thing to get? That's a good question for late October. But I remember coming home from trick-or-treating in Chicago and just dumping that stuff out on the floor and picking out the really good stuff to eat first, being as greedy as I could be. That was Todd Rundgren from his Liars record. We had the Cars, Candy-O, I Need You, especially on Halloween. And we started things off with Candy, 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 I Can't Let You Go. Iggy Pop and Kate Pearson on the Isolation Station on Probation. My name is Ken Owen, and Halloween hits just keep on coming. This is from 1976. Burton Cummings, a song intended for the Guess Who. It wound up on a solo record. I'm scared.
Said I'm scared, Lord, I'm scared, I'm terrified. Never been much on religion, but I sure enough would like to hear the call. I'm scared, Lordy Lord, I'm shaking, I'm petrified. Never been much on religion, but I sure enough just fell down on my knees. I heard the choir singing something about goodwill toward men and even sleeping in heavenly peace. Stopped by to see St. Thomas on a cold and dreary New York afternoon. Something in the air was oh so rare. I don't know what it was, but I know that it's still right there. And I'm scared, Lordy Lord, I'm shaking, I'm terrified. Never been much on religion, but I sure enough just fell down on my knees. Living in confusion, searching for truth that I never found. I needed something to really believe. Look toward the heavens on a dark and stormy winter afternoon. Something in the air was oh so rare. I'm not really sure what it was, but I know for sure that it's still right there. And I'm scared, hey, I'm terrified. Never been much on religion, but I sure enough just fell down on my knees. I'm scared, you know I'm shaking, I'm laying awake thinking about it now. I'm terrified. Never been much on religion, but I sure enough would like to hear the call. Come on now, give me a sign you're listening to me. You hear me talking, you hear me crying, it's confusing to me, Lord, I'm terrified. Never been much on religion, but I sure enough just fell down on my knees. making just his socks and a shirt. Me and crazy Janie was making love in the dirt, singing our birthday songs. Janie said it was time to go, so we closed our eyes and said goodbye to Josie Angel Row. Felt so right. Together we move like spirits every night. Every night. Oh, you don't know what they can do to you. Help spirits every night. All night. Oh, stand right up and let it shoot through you like a spirit every night. All 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 night.
Yeah. Yeah, come on in. Yeah, that's right, you. We're having a party. That's right. Now everybody up and down the block. Halloween party. You all dressed up with nowhere to rock. Halloween party. Even grumpy ghouls will feel alright if they can dance by the pumpkin light. So come on over to my Halloween party tonight. Halloween party. Halloween party. Gonna mix some punch that looks blood red. Halloween party. We decorate the house with spider webs. Halloween party. Some eerie music will go just right, so we can howl at bright moonlight. So come on over to my Halloween party tonight. Now don't be scared if the boogeyman boogie is a spooky affair. So come on with me. Dracula, Wolfman, Frankenstein, dead or alive, gonna have a good time. Come on over to my Halloween party tonight. So come on over to my Halloween party tonight. Get scary. Come on, get scary.
That is one dopey song, but Halloween is for kids. As a kid, I loved the Partridge Family and David Cassidy, and that is David singing about a Halloween party. Before that, we had Bruce Springsteen from his very first record, Greetings from Asbury Park, and Spirit in the Night, something you might encounter if you're out among the ghouls and goblins on that hallowed night. And Burton Cummings was all vulnerable there with I'm Scared. Well, there you go. Still to come on this program, I will recall the day that Mikhail Gorbachev, the former leader of the Soviet Union, called me a dictator. That's coming up soon. But meanwhile, what's in your trick bag? Our good friend Eric Halverson. No, Henrietta, this is about candy, not wine. Yeah. Eric is a great guy. Eric Halverson from Kroger tallied up what they're selling in their Illinois and Indiana stores in terms of candy this year. What's the top seller? Here's a graphic that Eric put up on the Twitter, as we call it. Reese's, the snack-sized bag, is number 1. Snickers comes in 2, with Hershey's and Payday at 3 and 4. Some fun stats from Eric. 148 million Americans plan to celebrate Halloween this year. We spent $2.6 billion on candy for Halloween last year, which would take a nice chunk out of the federal deficit, which is growing like crazy. And 72% of parents say they secretly eat their kids' candy. Oh, that's just one of the many ways you can be wicked. Here's a song by that title, Lone Justice, on the Isolation Station on probation and celebrating pumpkins and treats.
Honey, why you always smile when you see me hurt so bad? Tell me what I did to you, babe, that could make you act like that. Well, I've been your fool before, yeah, and I probably will again. 'Cause you ain't afraid to let me have it. No, you ain't afraid to stick it in.
As they say, beauty can be only skin deep, and sometimes something may approach you and looks great, but woo, below the surface. We've all known devil women, and that's Cliff Richard on the Isolation Station on Probation. The special Halloween show also had The Ghost at #1 from the great band Jellyfish. They put out 2 records. That one was from Spilt Milk. And we also heard Lone Justice. Maria McKee was the lead singer of that band. Ways to be Wicked. We generally avoid low-hanging fruit on this show, and the easy Halloween choice from the Warren Zevon catalog would obviously be Werewolves of London. But not for me. This is I'll Sleep When I'm Dead, as Halloween is the Day of the Dead, essentially. This fits right in. And given what 2020 has been like, I don't know. I won't even go there, but we could use a little more action around here, right?
So much to do, there's plenty on the farm. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Saturday night, I like to raise a little harm. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Hey! I'm drinking heartbreak motor oil and Bombay gin. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Straight from the bottom, twisted again. I'll sleep when I'm dead. All right. Oh, well, I'll take this medicine that's prescribed. I'll sleep when I'm dead. It don't matter if I get a little tired. I'll sleep when I'm dead. I've got a 38 special up on the shelf. I'll sleep when I'm dead. If I start acting stupid, I'll shoot myself. Then I'll sleep when I'm dead. So much to do, there's plenty on the farm. I'll sleep when I'm dead. Saturday night, I like to raise a little harm. I'll sleep when I'm dead. All right.
I was walking barefoot on St. Paul's Bridge when I saw a man talking to God. He was round and handsome, anachronistically a little odd. I overheard his conversation. He said, "Can't live in a world devoid of love." And that voice was so familiar. It was the voice of Peter Ustinov. Peter, I whispered from the shadows, we've all been damaged by the 20th century. A man like you can talk to God, but can you spare a word for me? For I have loved you since the time I saw you in the mouse that roared. That was Peter Sellers, my dear. Go away, he implored. See, I used to be used enough, but used is not good enough for me. Yeah, yeah, I used to be used enough, but used is not good enough for me. his top cap, ooh yeah, evil under the sun. He waved his hand, it's too late for that. I just said the damage has been done. Then he lifted his body up to throw himself to a watery grave. Peter, I yelled, what about Billy? But the innocent no one could save. Tell me what you're dying for. Have you been so disrespected? He winked at me and said, Billy Bud, I wrote, starred and directed. Then he bowed and kissed my hand and said, what was I thinking of? I walked away into the night, the night I saved Peter Ustinov.
Magic has me in its spell. That old black magic that you weave so well. I got those icy, icy fingers up and down my spine. The same old witchcraft when your eyes meet mine. That same old tingle I feel inside. And then that elevator starts its ride, and down I go, all around I go, like a leaf that's caught in a tide. Well, I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame with such a burning desire that only your kiss put out that fire. You're the lover I have waited for. You're the mate that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, darling, down and down I go, round and round I go, like a leaf that's caught in a tide. Well, I should stay away, but what can I do? I hear your name, and I'm aflame with such a burning desire that only your kiss put out that fire. You're the lover that I have waited for. You're the mate that fate had me created for. And every time your lips meet mine, baby, down and down and down I go.
I'm in. Ooh, under that old black magic car. You're a dirty robber, oh, black magic car. Uh-oh, get out the car, oh, black magic car. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, under that old black magic, oh, 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 oh.
From 1955, that's Sammy Davis Jr. with Morty Stevens and orchestra, that old black magic on the Isolation Station on Probation, celebrating Halloween and all of its weirdness. Lauren Christie offered up The Night I Saved Peter Ustinov, and I guess saving someone's life is just as important as scaring them to death. It's kind of an odd little number, for sure, and Warren Zevon with an extremely strange I'll Sleep When I'm Dead, and that's probably a given. First, a little business. This is WGRE Greencastle, as we're at the top of the hour. And you can't celebrate the season unless you've got a monster, right?
It's alive. It's alive. It's moving. It's alive. Oh, it's alive. It's alive. It's alive. It's alive. Oh, in the name of God. Now I know what it feels like to be God.
That dialogue, of course, from the classic 1931 film Frankenstein, which turns 90 next year. That's hard to believe. He's big and green and has bolts sticking out of his head, but we still love him.
pieces of you, only this and nothing more. Wearing shades of blue, dancing on the thinnest floor. Reaching out for you, you are slipping through my hands. You are here, then you're gone. Once again I am alone. The more I seek, the less I find, but still you're always on my mind. I'm chasing your ghost, your ghost, chasing your ghost. I hear your voice, but day by day your apparition fades away. I'm chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost. Shadows in my bed, how could I be so misled? Voices in my head, am I living, am I dead? Wandering the halls, come closer, I can't see you at all. I need to hold you near, your disappearing is my fear. My fear, my fear, my fear. Ooh. The more I seek, the less I find, but still you're always on my mind. I'm chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost. I hear your voice, but day by day your apparition fades away. I'm chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost. The more I see, the less I find, but you're always on my mind. 'Cause I'm chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost. I hear your voice day by day, but your apparition slips away. I'm chasing your ghost, chasing your ghost. The more I seek, the less I find, but you are always on my mind. I'm chasing your ghost.
Baby, you know who this is, don't you? It's the Count. That's right, Count Floyd, and I'm not talking trash, baby. You know, I really want you. I've gotta have you, baby. You sometimes won't come across, but I still am going to treat you like a lady,
Treat me like a lady
the way it's meant to be.
for all eternity.
Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, yeah. You know, baby, you make me have those nocturnal emissions. Yeah. In fact, before I go to bed every night, I put on an emission control device. No, but seriously, baby, I crave you, and I'm gonna treat you like a lady,
Treat me like a lady,
the way it's meant to be.
the way it's meant to be.
Yes, treat you like a lady.
Treat me like a lady
You know, like Sandra Dee.
for all eternity.
Yeah, baby. You know, you got it. That's right, you really got it. You've got it, baby, and you gave it to me. That's right, last week. You gave me a good dose. And I can't even get rid of it, even with those new Wonder Dogs. It's a bad one, I'll tell you. It starts with an H. And I'm not talking about whooping cough either. You know, baby, but seriously, I'm gonna treat you like a lady.
Treat me like a lady.
Well, that's the way it's meant to be.
The way it's meant to be.
I treat you like a lady.
Treat me like a lady.
You know, like Brenda Lee.
For all eternity.
Oh, yeah, baby. You know, you do it to me. You do it to me every time. Yeah, baby. You know, I'll tell you something. You've got something special. Yeah, you and me, we go together like Sandler and Young. I'm Sandler and you're so very, very young. No, but getting on with this romantical thing, oh, baby, you make my voice drop a lot. Oh, I want to tell you something, baby. I want you to quit playing with my emotions. That's right. Quit playing with my emotions, and if you're really going to play with anything, you gotta start playing with my... No, really, we kid. I really, but... Oh, baby. Baby, I want you to go down for the count. Count Floyd, that is. What are you up there? Painting, baby, or what? Oh, this is the count.
If you're a fan of SCTV, you figured that out. Count Floyd, also known as Joe Flaherty, the character on the show who was Floyd Robertson, the TV news anchor, and the station was so cheap he also had to be the late-night horror show host, Count Floyd. And believe me, growing up, that was not unusual. There were local stations where a guy would do the news and an hour later be going, "Ow!" Treat Her Like a Lady from an EP released in 1982. We had a second song from Todd Rundgren today, Chasing Your Ghost from his Reproduction record. And number one in May of 1973, Frankenstein by the Edgar Winter Group. It's the special Halloween edition of the Isolation Station on Probation, and time for our weekly trip back in time. We're going to go back in the Wayback Machine 15 years to when Mikhail Gorbachev, the former leader of the Soviet Union, called me a dictator. Now, there's a story behind this, of course. I was told on the front end that Mr. Gorbachev is notorious for going over. In other words, everything he does is long, which is great because you get more bang for your buck, presumably, but it also means a schedule which is already tight gets squeezed at the end. We had a speech in Neal Fieldhouse, followed by a news conference, and then he was to meet some donors, alumni, students in a special reception. Well, the speech went way over, and the news conference, which was originally set up for about 10, 15 minutes, got to the 10 or 11 minute mark, and this happened. I tried to wind it up early.
Ну, вы не зажимайте, а то будут считать вас авторитарным.
Well, please give the media a chance, and otherwise they will say that you are authoritarian boss.
У кого там есть мероприятие, пусть проводит, а мы здесь
Let
поговорим.
them start the reception, we'll talk to the people.
Well, as you can see, I got shot down there pretty good. And so when the news conference was over, Mr. Gorbachev walked past me with a little gruff look on his face and went, "Yo-yo-la-yo-yo." And I swear he knows a lot more English than he lets on, but his interpreter does all the English speaking for him. And the interpreter followed him and said, "Dictator." I put my arm around Mr. Gorbachev as we walked out of the hall and told him as a former journalist the last thing I wanted to do was be that guy who kept information from getting out, but that there were people, including the donors who made the event possible, waiting for him. And he laughed, and we had some good laughs on the way out. But Mikhail Gorbachev did call me a dictator, and I'm quite sure he was kidding. At least I'm going to take that to my grave. That was October 27th, 2005. 3,000 people packed the hall, and Gorbachev talked about the challenges of the future, being security, poverty, and what he called a global environmental crisis, which was kind of surprising. The former leader of the Soviet Union talking a lot about how water is a rare commodity and how the future is going to depend on how we take care of planet Earth. Here's how the Owen lecture by the 1990 Nobel Peace Prize winner wrapped up.
The challenge is to really address these important priorities that I've just described, the problems of resources, the problems of energy, and in order to solve those problems, it's very important to invest in science, to invest in the work that is long-term, that develops scientific ideas referring to new sources of energy. If we don't allocate enough, if we are stingy in that regard, I believe that would show an immaturity of us as a human community. It's easy for some countries to find $100 billion to finance wars, to finance military conflicts. So, without a doubt, everything will depend on which course the world community will take in addressing the problems that I've described. The future of our planet is at stake. My experience, the experience of a person who has been in politics for 50 years, indicates that we will soon see the beginnings of solutions that will change the course of development for the better, that will improve relations between the human society and the environment. We can only have a common future, a future for all or no future at all, as President Kennedy said. Thank you.
That, my friends, was quite a day, and I have other Mikhail Gorbachev stories I can share at some later date. He's quite a guy, and Tim and Sharon Ubben, who are DePauw graduates who make the Speaker Series possible, are incredible people. There will be more Ubben lectures. I'm still running it, but we're waiting until this COVID thing blows over so we can have people in the house, there for real, meeting with people, and creating special moments like this one. So you get that Halloween candy home, and you got a lot of chocolate. What are you going to do? You're going to see if you got some marshmallows and make some s'mores. And of course, to do that, you got to find a fire, maybe not a distant one, but a great song for the season. The Sanford Townsend Band from 1977.
You left me here on your way to paradise. You pulled the rug right out from under my life. I know where you go to, I knew when you came home last night. 'Cause your eyes had a mist from the smoke of a distant fire. Lord, I was stung, should have seen it come a long time ago. When I realized the reality gave me a role. If things are the same, then explain why your kiss is so cold. And that mist in your eyes feels like rain on the fire in my soul. This lying and crying, upsetting, and getting nowhere.
Who's gonna tell you when it's too late? Who's gonna tell you things aren't so great? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Oh, who's gonna drive you home tonight? Who's gonna pick you up when you fall? Who's gonna hang it up when you call? Who's gonna pay attention to your dreams? And who's gonna plug their ears when you scream? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Oh, who's gonna drive you home tonight? Who's gonna hold you down when you shake? And who's gonna come around when you break? You can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Oh, who's gonna drive you home tonight? You know you can't go on thinking nothing's wrong. Oh, who's gonna drive you home tonight?
Thank you. Thank you.
So sad. For a minute, I thought we were America up here.
Into the desert and the
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Now if there's a smile on my face, it's only there trying to fool the public. But when it comes down to fooling you, now honey, that's quite a different subject. Don't
you that I've been happy since you decided to go. Oh, I need you so. I'm hurt and I want you to know. But for others I put on the show. There's no one around. Oh, yeah. Just like Pagliacci did, I try to keep my sadness hid, smiling in the public eye. But in my lonely room, I cry the tears of a clown. When there's no one around. Oh yeah, baby. Now if there's a smile on my face, don't let my bad expressions give you the wrong impression. Don't let this smile I wear make you think that I don't care.
For some people, there is nothing scarier than a clown. Smokey Robinson and the Miracles, the tears of one of those guys with the funny face paint on. Great Motown song in the Isolation Station on Probation. We have the New Cars, Kazim Sultan, lead vocalist on that song Drive, and some wisecracks by Todd Rundgren at the end of that song. Brock Turner wanted to hear it, and that's by request. And nothing beats a smoking, crackling, distant fire from the Sanford Townsend Band. It's Ken Owen finding records in his basement and spinning them for you. It's a special Halloween edition. We veered into the fall there, but coming back around to jack-o'-lanterns and trick-or-treats. And here's another famous movie quote. Can you place it?
Even a man who is pure in heart and says his prayers by night may become a wolf when the wolfbane blooms and the autumn moon is bright.
Of course, that's from The Wolfman, a role popularized by Lon Chaney Jr. back in the day. When the moon is full and you've got an empty stomach, that's when you know what it's like to be Larry Talbot. That was to be Hungry Like the Wolf by Duran Duran. And it's playing that way on WGRE. But the YouTube copyright gods decided that could not last, so it had to be pulled. And we had to find another thing to howl at. Creedence Clearwater Revival, the great John Fogerty. There's a bad moon rising, and candy is on its way.
an eerie sight, for my monster from his slab began to rise, and suddenly, to my surprise,
He did the mash,
he did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard smash.
He did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
he did the mash.
He did the monster mash. From my laboratory in the castle east to the master bedroom where the vampires feast, the ghouls all came from their humble abodes to get a jolt from my electrode.
They did the mash,
They did the monster mash.
the monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
did the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they did the mash.
They did the monster mash. The zombies were having fun.
In a shoe,
The party had just begun.
in a shoe,
The guests included Wolfman, Dracula, and his son. The scene was rocking, all were digging the sounds. Igor on chains, backed by his baying hounds. The coffin bangers were about to arrive with their vocal group, the Crypt Kicker
they
Five.
played the mash,
They played the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
It was a graveyard
They
smash.
played the mash,
It caught on in a flash.
they played the mash.
They played the monster mash. Out from his coffin, Drac's voice did ring. Seemed he was troubled by just one thing. Opened the lid and shook his fist and said, "Whatever happened to my Transylvania twist?"
It's now the mash,
It's now the monster
the
mash.
monster mash.
And it's a graveyard
It's
smash.
now the mash,
It's caught on in a flash.
it's now the mash.
It's now the monster mash. Now everything's cool. Drac's a part of the band, and my monster mash is the hit of the land. For you, the living, this mash was meant to. When you get to my door, tell them what is said.
Then you can mash,
Then you can monster mash
the monster mash.
and do my graveyard
Then you can
smash.
mash,
You'll catch on in a flash.
then you can mash.
Then you can monster mash.
Monster mash,
You in
monster mash,
mash.
monster mash, monster mash, monster mash.
Cherry, so tight. Oh, she's so cherry, yeah, sweet tonight. Love is my vice, I cannot stop it once it starts. And I used to think of her and almost come apart. Yeah, she was number one, but now I must be cruel. 'Cause the things I used to do with one, I do with two. Yeah, yeah. Isn't it frightening? Well, the love came twice, like lightning. And there is nothing that you can do. 'Cause love came twice, first one, then two. Sweet tonight. Ooh, our mixed emotions had her frightened and confused. 'Cause she's seen those jealous eyes and lies disguised as truth. But I've worked double time, there's nothing I won't do. 'Cause I've got a lot of this, yeah, I know that too, yeah. Oh, it's exciting. Oh, way. Love came twice, like lightning. And there is nothing I can do. about you, I was just thinking about them all. I don't know. Ooh, cherry. Ooh, cherry. Oh, yeah, I was just thinking about her. I was just thinking about him. I was just thinking about you.
Bob Welch, formerly of Fleetwood Mac, Love Came 2X, 2 times, and isn't it frightening? Yeah, it sure is. Halloween's right around the corner, right? We also had the national anthem of that holiday, the Monster Mash by Bobby Boris Pickett. As I mentioned a few weeks ago when I played it before, Leon Russell is the keyboardist on that song and had to give that one 2 spins for Halloween. The set started with Creedence Clearwater Revival, Bad Moon Rising. A quick diversion here, just about a minute's worth. We're going to go back to 1980, my junior year at DePauw. This aired in October of that year, 40 years ago, a promo on these very airwaves for a special program.
This Friday night is Halloween night. And WGRE celebrates with a broadcast of Frankenstein at 10:15 p.m. Make sure to lock your doors and bolt your windows and set your radio dial at 91 and the half FM at 10:15. For Frankenstein! We're out to scare you, Greencastle.
WGRE at 20 now, before 8 o'clock. Kenny O on the radio. That Frankenstein broadcast is a 1930s broadcast. The radio broadcast starts at 10:15 tonight on 91.5 WGRE.
So this show with 59-year-old me is airing 40 years to the day after that show aired. Memories. WGRE was in the Union Building then, and we had mono signal and a lot less power going out, but it was still as fun as it is today. Speaking of fun, let's let the music continue with Golden Earring. You know, they had a big hit with Radar Love, and their second hit was the stuff of Rod Serling. Dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee-dee.
Somewhere in a lonely hotel room, there's a guy starting to realize that eternal fate has turned its back on here. It's 2 a.m. It's 2 a.m. The figure is gone. Here we are. The gun's still warm.
destination unknown. Double-cross messenger, all alone. Can't get no connection, can't get through. Where are you? Well, the night weighs heavy on his guilty mind. This far from the borderline. When the hitman comes, he knows damn well he has been cheated. And he says, "Help, I'm stepping into the twilight zone. This is a madhouse, feels like being cloned. My beacon's been moved on the moon and star. Where am I to go now that I've gone too far? You will come to know when the bullet hits the bone. So you will come to know when the bullet hits the bone. When the bullet hits the bone."
Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps and leaps and glides and slides across the floor, right through the door and all around the wall. A splotch, a blotch, be careful of the blob. Beware of the blob, it creeps.
Strange brew, killing what's inside of you. She's a witch of trouble in electric blue. In her own mad mind, she's in love with you, with you. Now what you gonna do? Strange brew, killing what's inside of you. She's some kind of demon that shit in the food. If you don't watch out, it'll stick to you, to you. What kind of fool are you? Strange brew, killing what's inside of you. On a boat in the middle of a raging sea, she would make a scene for it all to be ignored. And wouldn't you be bored? Strange brew, killing what's inside of you. Strange brew. What's inside of you?
Eric Clapton and Cream, Strange Brew, and we had The Blob, the Burt Bacharach, Hal David theme to the movie of the same name. And Golden Earring took us to the Twilight Zone. All of 2020 has been this way. Why would Halloween be any different? It's terrifying. The Rolling Stones.
No matter what you say, no matter what you do, I'm lazy as a line. My body's just for you. Crazy for you. I'm sneaky as a snake, I'm dirty as a dog. I'm raging like a goat, I'm horny as a hog. Terrifying. I'll give these strange, strange, strange desires. Strange, strange, strange desires. You're graceful as a bird, my heart is on the wing. You're gentle as a dove, a hummingbird could sigh. You're running like a deer, I'm wily as a fox. You're faster than a mare, I'm stronger than an ox. Terrifying. Look at these strange, strange, strange desires. Strange, strange, strange desires. darker than a bat, friendly as a bear, but tougher than a rat. That's right. No matter what you see, no matter what you do, I'm restless as a cat, caged up in a sun. Terrifying. I get these strange, strange, strange desires. Strange, strange, strange desires. Strange, strange, strange desires.
From Steel Wheels, the Rolling Stones, Terrifying. And it's time for me to roll out of here. The special Halloween edition of the Isolation Station on Probation has been a joy to bring to you. We got the Ghouls and Goblins this weekend, and Election Day is Tuesday. Please make sure you get out and vote. You could say we'll soon be between the devil and the deep blue sea. We wrap things up today with Annie Ross and Jerry Mulligan from 1957. Be safe, be happy, and be well. Ken Owen from Avon, Indiana saying, thank you for tuning in.
Well, I don't want you, but I'd hate to lose you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I forgive you, 'cause I can't forget you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. I ought to cross you off of my list, but when you come knocking at my door, fate seems to give my heart a twist. I come running back for more. I should hate you, but I guess I love you. You've got me in between the devil and the deep blue sea. Seems to give my heart a twist. I come running back for more, more, more.